What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame War 4. In this video I'm just going to show you in the part 1 how we could get this Pokeball ready for it to be like a real life Pokeball. Say like if you had a Pokeball in the real world, what it would look like. It would be all damaged, battle damaged and very used, and I'm going to show you how to make one for yourself. Right, so this is just part 1 on showing you the ball. I got them from eBay. They were like 99p from China. I will leave a link in the description so you guys can go get one for yourself. The second thing you need to do in part 2 is just get yourself a small screwdriver just to push the pin. Carefully don't stick it into your hand because that's the last thing we'd want you to do. And then get some long nose pliers and just pull the pin. There is a little spring holding them together, so when you pry it apart, make sure you don't lose it and take a picture of how it went in just so you remember for when you have to put it back together. Part 3, we're just going to put the little pins into a bag to keep them safe with all the other Pokeballs, and we're going to go get some grey scotch, which you can get from any part store. You can get it from Home Base, you can get it from most places, sort of like car places and stuff like that. You can get them. Right, so in this part 4, guys, all we're going to be doing is going around every single edge, and even inside, just taking the paint, giving it a nice key with the grey scotch primer. As you can see, it's gone from shiny to dull, and that's what you want. A good key is always when the paint has not really got any shine to it at all. Right, so as we have them standing there, they're all ready to go. The next thing we need to do, guys, in part 5 is prepare them for painting, because you can't paint them sitting down on the floor, because you won't be able to paint underneath and get the paint everywhere you want to. And if paint doesn't get to places, then that's how it starts to peel. So in this video I'm just showing you how to set them up on a couple of paint lids and how to prepare them ready for paint. So this part 6 is just using what they call a tack rag. You can get that from any part store as well. They're like 40p, they're not a lot of money. And what it does is it doesn't allow any dust to stick to it while you're priming. So the next step, we need to just be using the primer, which is a plastic grey primer. And what that does is it allows it to stick on to a plastic really well and give it a good adhesion. Make sure you put a lot on, but try not to build up too much because you don't want to get runs. Put a little stick underneath, because now we're going to be putting on the white. As we put the white on, as you can see, you can rotate and get it everywhere you need to. You can also lift it up and paint underneath. In this part 9, you just need to dust a little bit of silver on the front, because the little bit on the front is obviously where we're going to be painting the silver bit. I know it's white, but I like it to be silver. And in this section here, we're just dusting on a pearl coat. You can't really see it, but in the end result you will. Part 11, we just have to mask up. Just get some really cheap, nasty masking tape, because you don't want it to stick on the paint very well. You can get stuff that doesn't allow it to peel, but in this bit, what I've done is just stuck it over, gone around with a Stanley knife, as you can see here, cut it out, ready for the next coat. So the next coat is going to be a nice red metallic paint. What I've done is gone for quite a dark colour, so that obviously it looks real. And then with a fine brush, I've gone round with the black paint. This is put on quite thick because I feel like the line on it would be quite thick. I could mask up and paint it, but it just seems so much easier and looks so much better being painted on with thick black paint. This is all car paint, so you can get it anywhere from any car store, and I just think it looks really good. So here we have the 2 sections. None of this has been lacquered, do not lacquer it. And now I'm going to show you in part 14 how to battle damage it. As you can see, I've got 80 grit sandpaper, and I'm just scoring it, taking off the paint just before it dried. So this has been left to dry for about 20 minutes, and just before it cures, I've gone round and scratched away a little bit of the paint. And just to make it kind of look like it's metal underneath, so that like it looks like it's really kind of metal showing through, I've gone around with a Sharpie just touching up them fine details just so it looks real. And then the final coat, which is the finishing touch, is give it a nice clear coat lacquer. Once that's all dry, guys, we're going to move on to the next steps, but we won't be able to show you those until we do part 2. So stay tuned and make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.